Hello, welcome to the channel. For this video, I'm going to take you on a quick working trip to Shanghai, China. For somebody who normally works in rural Devon, this is a big step out of my comfort zone. Shanghai has a population of around 25 million people, which is almost 3 times the size of New York or London. So it's a big shock for me. It definitely took me out of my comfort zone, which is really good for me. The British Airways flight to Shanghai departs at noon, so I had to be up rather early on a Monday morning to catch the GWR from Exeter, which is my nearest city, population 124,000. For a change, the green train was running on time actually. I arrived at Paddington Station in London only about 10 minutes late. This was a relief as I had not built any additional time into my schedule, which wasn't really wise given the well-earned reputation of our trains for running late. A quick transfer from Paddington to Heathrow and I was ready to check in, clear security and fly. It's a 12-hour direct flight to Shanghai's Pudong International Airport. It was raining when I left London and about the same in Shanghai, just a lot warmer. It was around 25 degrees there. Shanghai looked rather murky from the aircraft. I'm sure a combination of mist and pollution, although the app will tell you that the air quality is good. By the time I'd cleared immigration, my bag had already arrived on the carousel, so no further waiting. A taxi was easy to find. I've been to Shanghai before, so I knew where to go. It's about 65 kilometers from the airport to the hotel which I stayed at. The office that I go to is located in the Jiading district, which is on the north side of the city. The highway journey is always interesting. They're still building lots of highways, although the existing connectivity seems to be pretty good. This was a dirty old power station by the looks of it, but I'm not really an expert. One of the first things you have to do when you get to China is download the Alipay app. That's the local app that is used for payments, for tap and go. Most of the places in China don't accept Visa or MasterCard credit cards. The hotels will, the major hotels will, but all the smaller establishments, and if you want to pay for a taxi or order a taxi, Alipay is the app that you have to have. Travel like this is always a privilege. It does shake me up a bit because it challenges everything that I think of as being normal. Travel to a foreign city is always exciting, it's always fun, but to go somewhere like Shanghai is really quite daunting for me. One of the biggest challenges on a trip to China from the UK is the 7-hour time difference. They're 7 hours ahead of us, and that's practically a full day. When I'm finishing my day, my wife is starting her day, and it makes it a little bit difficult for communication, and it certainly means that for the first week or so, I tend to not sleep well. So I'm tired during the day. When I go to bed at night, I'm really tired, but I struggle to stay asleep. The other thing is the inability to access our normal social media apps such as WhatsApp, Google, Twitter, or X, whatever it's called now. The censorship of Chinese internet is well known, but it's different to experience it. You feel quite shut off, and it's maybe not a bad thing to be shut away from all the normal social media sites. I've tried to make use of VPNs with limited success. It doesn't always work well, they're not always reliable. This time I just accepted the constraints and I worked with it. I stay in a really good hotel when I'm in Shanghai, which I absolutely appreciate. You have to go up to reception on the 42nd floor and then take another bank of lifts down to your room. This time I was on the 35th floor. The views are really great from up here. The view from the window of my hotel room on the 35th floor. It's cleared up this afternoon and it looks amazing out there. The room overlooks the lake in the foreground, and you can vaguely see the city in the distance there. Once you're out and about on the local streets, everything is in the local language, Mandarin. Although quite a lot of signage has English on it, the people generally speak very little. You need to be able to survive on gestures, pointing to things. Restaurants are my biggest challenge. If there are no pictures on the menu, you'll have to rely on available translate apps, but these are often not that effective. When we think of China, we immediately think of Chinese food, but our association is with Chinese restaurants outside of China. Believe me, the local food is also very different. I'm sure that there are many different types of food and styles of cooking across China. It's such a big and diverse country. In Shanghai, it seems that a lot of the food is quite spicy. I have to be careful of the options that I choose to make sure they're not too hot for me. I'm normally quite a conservative eater, well suited to the regular plain English varieties. A lot of the dishes in Shanghai are not even recognizable to me. I don't even know what they are or what is in them. Fish almost always has loads of bones and is very difficult to eat. Don't forget, everything has to be accomplished with chopsticks. Some of the meat also has lots of very small bones. Everything gets eaten here. Nothing goes to waste. You'll probably not see a chicken chow mein in Shanghai like you would in the UK. All in all, this makes it quite difficult to make the right choices from a diet perspective. This, coupled with the buffets offered at the hotel for both breakfast and dinner. It was easy for me to overeat and to choose the wrong things. It took me a few days to get back on track, trying to choose the healthier options from the buffet. I wasn't able to ride my bicycle while I've been away. Cycling's become an important part of my well-being, both from a fitness perspective and for my mental health. Getting out, clearing my head, releasing some endorphins, all good stuff. So while I've been here in Shanghai, I've just been walking. The hotel is next to something that's called a cultural circle, which has a lovely green space with walking and running paths. It's well used by the local people. I did have a run or walk on Saturday morning. Here I am babbling about it, but the wind noise was too loud to use the audio. I have not done any running for a while, and it was rather hard. I was very stiff on Sunday. I will start to include running in my list of exercise activities in the future. There we go, 5 days done. I'm back at the hotel, and it's still only Saturday. What an incredible achievement. I'm hot and sweaty, but now I can have a shower. Once I cool down a little bit, I can have a shower, clean up, and be ready for the rest of the day. There's my trusty hotel in the background. Something that really intrigues me in Shanghai is the use of scooters for commuting. There are literally thousands of scooters, almost all electric, used by all manner of people for commuting around the city. At first it seems that there is total chaos, but it all seems to work somehow. Nobody seems to die, although I did see someone that had been knocked over by a car. Helmets are clearly optional. Scooters mostly have their own lanes, which cannot be accessed by cars. But this doesn't stop them riding on the pavements, going the wrong direction. Check both ways before you cross the road. The intersections look most scary as the riders only stop at the traffic lights if they have to for safety. They come from all directions. The scooters are used no matter the weather. The people are creative with the weather predictions that they make use of. Scooters will also park anywhere. They block walking access without a thought. Offices and shopping centres have to erect physical barriers to prevent access. Otherwise, scooters will ride into any space. It's madness, absolute madness, but very effective. And I guess they provide people with affordable flexibility and independence that cannot be matched by public transport. I didn't get to go into the city centre this time, but if truth be told, I am still suffering from PTSD from my first visit, where the crowds of people and the evening heat felt totally overwhelming. It is an amazing city and is well worth visiting. The city skyline is so spectacular, especially at night. The Bund is a great place to walk. You can walk a long way, but wow, there's a lot of people in this city. So what did I learn from all of this? I find that traveling for work is never easy. Navigating an environment such as this in a working context where you feel like an alien can be quite challenging. However, it can also be an opportunity to grow and to learn. People who know me will tell you that I'm not a particularly flexible person. But even I've come to realize and accept that things will never unfold as you expect them to or would like them to. Despite your best plans, you will always have surprises along the way. I'm working to be open to embracing the surprises that arise. Sometimes I think it's okay to retreat for a moment when we hit an obstacle, but then we need to find a way forward or around it so that we still end up moving forwards. We can't let ourselves stagnate. Look at the challenges, surprises, obstacles as positive things. These are the things that teach us. Without them, there is nothing new to learn. Then life becomes a rut. It's easier said than done, though, and I'm aware of it, but it doesn't mean that I always behave that way. Oh, and also, I didn't lose any weight while I was away. So my time in China has been great. Shanghai has so much life to it that has to be appreciated. The people, although living in a totally different environment to us in Western Europe, generally want the same things, and they're working really hard to provide for their families. Thanks for watching.